and a man in a jumpsuit throws her a grapefruit. By George, she's got a new friend. Oh, it's a fact. Oh, yes, it's a fact. Babies are born without kneecaps. I swear it's true. I wouldn't lie to you. Babies are born without kneecaps. Still sniffing glue and talking to a tree. It's plain to see that boy has fleas buzzing around his knee. Oh, it's a fact. Oh, yes, a fact. Babies are born without kneecaps. I swear it's true. I wouldn't lie to you. Babies are born without kneecaps. Oh, yes, a fact. It's true, I swear. I think I read it somewhere. It's a fact. Oh, yes, a fact. Why would I lie? Do I sing? It's a fact. Oh, yes, a fact. Oh, it's a fact. Oh, yes, a fact.
Drinks. What you're drinking. You're barbecuing, 4th of July, you're drinking whatever you're doing. You're drinking beer, or you're drinking like RTDs or mixed drinks. Kind of thing.
What's an RTD?
Ready to drink cocktail. The ones I'm drinking now. This time. Canned cocktail or a mixed cocktail.
I'm just
No
doing
beer.
I'm just doing heroin.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you open up the box wine,
The Zima. Yeah,
you know,
get a
or
little
just
Zima.
stick a bamboo stick into the box
Right.
wine, just puncture the
That's
pouch
right.
and start sucking on
So,
it. Yeah.
An adult juice box.
Yeah, you can't just take the bag out of the box and put it between your feet so you can squeeze it.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
There's
Nice-
there's an OnlyFans.
Oh no, I got some on me.
That Pinot Grigio makes.
All right, man, what up, Senator?
All right. Welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, July 15, 2026. Here's Johnny coming at you with me. As always, none of Mr. Radio Peter, Mr. Harry Lugnuts. Say hello, gentlemen.
There it is.
And there it is. This Friday, July 17th, bar 404 in Denver, Colorado. Talk a little bit more about it, Mr. Lugnuts.
That's Colorado.
Log's going to be playing this Friday with Holographic American, which is somewhere over here, and Cast Iron Shoes, which is somewhere over here. They're on tour from Austin and other parts of the free world. And then Oscar Bug is going to be starting the show off. Show starts at 7. Log hits at 9. $10 at the door. Old school. Is there pre-sales? No. There's no internet presence for this. This is just old school. A band goes on stage. We play the instruments, and unfortunately, there's no backing tracks or Ed Sheeran special effects pedals. Just
you've
us
got,
playing
like,
music.
You got like hair dryers or chainsaws and stuff like that, or
No, we don't have either.
No.
Please don't confuse us with Jackal. No, but we do have a grinder.
grinder. That's what I was.
And-
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And palm
I knew there was
sanders
an
and-
electrical
yeah.
tool
Yeah,
involved.
I mean, there could be a hair dryer, but there's not a lot of
there's
hair.
always an electrical tool involved.
There's not a lot of hair. So. Yeah. And then there's, so yeah, it'll be good. We're going to debut a new song. All of them are new because nobody's heard any of them. So,
well, they've heard a couple of them on this show.
well, they used to until we started the new format where they don't hear.
Well, they
anything.
just heard more of one of your songs than they ever heard before.
You're thinking somebody's actually on right now listening.
Well, they had 3 minutes. Well, listen, if they don't subscribe, they won't know exactly when we start, which could be
That's
anywhere
right.
from 7:30 to 8:22.
But if you do want to hear us, we're on Spotify it's at Log Noise, LOGNOISE. Or you can find us as the artist Log, just LOG, but put a little period after the G, and we'll pop up. If you see a bunch of men dressed in crazy costumes, that's us.
There you go. And go Friday night, bar 404.
There you go. All right.
Worldwide advertising.
So, John, I want to ask you, how is the air quality by you?
Shitty.
Right.
Canada's burning again.
Thanks, Canada.
Once again, Canada is on fire.
Yeah.
So it's nice and orange and smoky and smelly.
Yep. Yeah, it was very strange today. That weird kind of light. I don't even want to. Well, I don't even want to speculate what was going on there.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Yeah. So, but
saw a little yesterday too. Like, and I didn't even realize it yesterday. It's like, why is it orange out? The sun isn't that orange right now.
Yeah.
It's not that late in the day, and that was very weird. Harry just popped up really quick again with the poster for Log, like really quick, just boop, boop, like it was like one frame and gone. It was weird.
That's interesting. A little instant replay. I didn't know we had.
Instant replay that we didn't even
by
know
the
we
way, when are we going to see the balloons?
had. Yeah.
When are the balloons coming back? That's what I want to know. So.
Yeah.
But it's in all seriousness.
What balloons are we talking about?
The ones that appeared on the screen during the middle of a show way back.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
We don't know to this day.
We don't know how it happened.
We have no idea how it happened.
Like I think we said a word and it triggered some.
There's no function I can find in the software here.
Maybe somebody watching reacted. I don't know.
I maybe it's like a Twitch reaction or something that.
Maybe
balloons.
Up balloons.
Yeah.
Balloons up.
As opposed to balloons down.
Balloons down.
That's
so
a sad
anyway,
balloon.
That's a sad.
You got a balloon down.
Balloon down. Balloon down.
So let's.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, take care of yourselves up in Canada.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't get as bad as it did 3 years ago. That was bad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Like I remember.
Imagine what it was like in Canada if it was that bad.
Well, that's my point, right? I was driving on the bridge here, and in central, or you want to call it South Jersey, but Central Jersey near the beach.
There's no such thing as South Jersey.
Okay, so South Jersey. So
and there's fires everywhere. Let's start.
My point is, I was driving over it, and I couldn't see the other side of the bridge from where I was driving. That's where fire from Canada is, though. Well,
yeah.
Central Jersey doesn't exist, so you were in an area where no one can see. So
you were in
just a black hole of
the Twilight Zone.
You want to know, and this is the truth. You want to know where Central Jersey is?
No, I don't. I'm not going to entertain this.
I'll tell you.
There's no such thing.
I'll say it, and we'll let it go. Ready? But here you go. The area of New Jersey the specific area of New Jersey that South Jersey residents call North Jersey, and North Jersey residents call South Jersey.
I'm so disappointed with you. I'm so disappointed with you as someone who used
the demilitarized zone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I would call myself saying I live in South Jersey, but there's people south of me that say I don't. So.
If you see MAGA signs in the front yard, you're in South Jersey.
Okay.
Or you're on the Pennsylvania border.
Pennsylvania border.
Okay. Anything south of basically Newark Airport is
South Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it.
Elizabeth.
There's a little bit of a jog in it, okay, but like, I get where people are coming from, but it's like we got to draw a line. There's no central. I don't. There's no central.
All right.
My question is, where's Metuchen?
Metuchen
North
would,
Jersey.
Metuchen would be in Central Jersey.
That's North Jersey. There's no such
All right.
thing.
And with that, we will move on.
Oh, sorry about that. I got distracted once again. Just a quickie. Tonight's Just a Quickie is sponsored by. No, I'm kidding.
Central Jersey.
Central
Sponsored
Jersey.
by
Central
the
Jersey.
Central Jersey Business
Jersey Board.
Association.
You don't want
Jersey
the,
Board of Tourism.
if you don't want the flavor of North Jersey or the boring Philadelphia-ness of South Jersey, Central Jersey.
We just lost our one Philadelphia fan.
We think we include Princeton, but we're not quite sure. Central Jersey.
Central Jersey. We're pretty sure
Welcome
we're
to
better.
Central Jersey.
Central Jersey, where mediocrity rises to the center.
There you go. Rises to the center. There you go. All right. Tonight's Just a Quickie, and this show's Just a Quickie, is as follows. Here we go. Ready? I need you guys to tell me what former sports star, just calling him a sports star, what former
Brett
sports
Favre.
star? Yes. All right. That's it. See, yeah, you
There's
thought
the
it
theme.
wasn't going to be quick.
There's
Yeah.
the theme.
What former sports star was basically the best prospect of all time, having been drafted by an NFL team, an NBA team, an ABA team, and an MLB team all in the same year?
Not Dave Winfield.
That would have been my
Alright, so-
first guess.
Both Dave Winfield, guessing? Yeah?
Well,
Yeah.
should I
Okay.
just should I make a second guess, or is it Dave Winfield?
It's
I'll-
Dave
you know,
Winfield.
okay. I was
It's
going to
Dave
say,
Winfield.
yeah.
How was
I don't even
Dave
know-
Winfield old enough to be drafted by an ABA team?
Can you name the teams he was drafted by?
I can't, and this is just a quickie, so we're not going to.
I just asked you. Could have said
I'm
yes,
curious
no.
as to what year was this that he was drafted? Was he
you know-
drafted when he was 6 by an ABA team?
He was drafted when-
1968,
He was drafted right out of kindergarten.
and he was not yet born, actually, but they went to his parents and said, "We see good things in the future for your son. We'd like to draft him into the."
It must have been like the last year that the ABA.
He was drafted in 1973.
73.
Really?
1973. Yep. And he was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. He went to college in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Minnesota. He went to college in Minnesota. He was born in St. Paul. So he was drafted by the Vikings as a tight end.
Just a quickie. What was Dave
He was
Winfield's
drafted-
parents' names?
Stop it. I would have been done now if you didn't say that. He was drafted by the Hawks in the NBA. He was drafted by the Jazz in the ABA. And he was drafted by the Padres. He played for the Padres from 73 to 80, and the Yankees from 81 to 90. And then the Angels for a couple of years, the Blue Jays, the Twins for 2 years, and finished up in Cleveland in 95. There you go.
Playing for the Cavs.
Dave Winfield. playing
Played for the Cavs a couple of years, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
He won. He won 1 or 2 World Series with the Blue Jays.
2, right? He won both of
I
them,
think
right?
so. I think so.
No, 1 year. He just won. He won 1 year. No, yeah, because the Blue Jays' first World Series, he won with them. The second one, he went to Minnesota.
Mm.
So,
All right, there we go.
but, there you go. Yep, Dave Winfield, drafted in 4 major sports. There you go, in 1973. There you go. Yeah, that's
Pretty
just
good.
The original Aaron Judge.
the original Aaron Judge. There you
Yeah, absolutely.
go. Yeah.
All right. So something happened over the last couple of days, the Wimbledon finals, but something that is a little more near and dear to our hearts here in this country. And what do we got today, John? Is this an MTP or MBD or whatever it's called?
RTD. No,
RTD?
This is just a seltzer.
This is just scotch.
This is just
Scotch.
a Bellevue
Bellevue.
orange vanilla seltzer. Plain old,
Oh.
non-alcoholic,
I see.
plain old, $12 a case of 32 seltzer.
Are you feeling okay?
It's hot. Too hot to drink.
It's too hot to drink. All
Too
right.
hot to drink.
So let's talk a little bit baseball because we had the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby. And I will just say right off the bat, I tuned in to the Home Run Derby right before the winning home run was hit. I missed every single second of it before that. So I actually consider that to be good timing.
Absolutely.
And then I did not watch the All-Star game because I was, I forget what I was doing, but I was trying to get some work done.
You
And
were
I
sleeping.
Yeah, and then I was sleeping. So, I know. Well, actually, I think I did watch maybe half an inning of it, and whoever was pitching was maybe fifth inning or something like that, or whoever was pitching had struck out the side, and it was, I don't know, 3-0 or something like that, and there were just not a lot of hits going on. So, and then I went off to do whatever. So that's all I know about it.
Jordan Walker won the home run derby
from
St. Louis, the Cards.
And I'd say it was very dramatic.
Oh yeah, it was the last pitch.
They said if he hits a home run, he wins. If he doesn't, then they go to a swing off or whatever.
It's a swing off, yeah.
And it was extra sweet because it was Schwarber was the other. It was
guy. Kyle Schwarber would have won.
By the way, don't Google swing off.
You don't want to be doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But once he did it, now the home run derby as well as the All-Star game was in Philly at Citizens Bank Park. And you can imagine, to the chagrin of pretty much everybody in the stadium, Jordan Walker winning. The Boo Birds were out, and who knows what else.
Well, it is Philly.
Right.
People really like this, huh? This home run derby.
Well, they changed the rules this year. For the last 10 years or so, it's been timed. Now it's you when you your first up, like the round of 8, if you will, they get 20 swings. And then the round of 4 and the round of 2, you get 15 swings. That's it. So whether you miss the ball, hit a ground ball, or hit a home run, you only get 20 swings in the first round. 15.
Sounds about right.
So that move faster, but at the same time, it's not time. So now they were thinking that each of the pitches would be better because who was pitching the pitches could regroup and throw a good pitch, as opposed to just throw.
Right.
And
Now, did you guys ever see the old show? This is black and white TV, where they would have two guys and they would go up and take their swings, and then in between they would, while the other guy was hitting, they would sit down and talk to a reporter at a table.
Yeah,
I forget what it was called, but
yeah,
I think they should bring that show back.
I remember.
I think that'd be good.
Wow. Yeah, that's riveting.
No, it is, because you'd see like Hank
Carson show?
Wait, no, you'd see like Hank Aaron talking to Buzz Skipley or whatever the announcer's name was.
What was it, batting?
No, it was like a 2-man home run derby thing where they would go. I guess they would go 9 innings and everybody would get 3 outs. Each guy would get 3 outs and they'd alternate. And then when they weren't batting, they'd sit down and do an interview with the guy right there.
Yeah, when they're not batting, everybody's on TikTok, so you just have to get on TikTok.
Well, that's the thing
true.
now. That's the problem. That's
well, congratulations to Larry Walker for winning the home run contest, and
Larry Walker.
I assume the American League won the game.
They did. Here's my takeaway from the All-Star game. We are in the biggest era of pitching dominance that I think we'll ever be in.
Okay.
And the National League was almost no hit yesterday. They did not have a hit, I believe, through 7 innings or 6.5 and 6 2/3 innings or something like that. It was unbelievable. And the other thing I'll take away from the All-Star game is that Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger can actually get a single when it matters. So let's take that into the second half, guys.
Well, here's the issue, right? They weren't in Yankee Stadium swinging for the short porch. They were in Citizens Bank Park.
Well, we know,
and not obviously swinging for the short porch. So
anyway, that's my takeaway. The pitching dominance on both sides was
pretty dominant. Yes, 4-0, right? Was the score 4-0?
Yes.
Yeah, and Cody Bellinger was MVP.
He was.
I heard a lot of people. No, I didn't hear a lot of people personally. I saw a lot of reports that a lot of people were saying that Miguel Vargas was snubbed.
Why? Because he hit 1 home run?
He should have gotten MVP.
Nah, he shouldn't have. Go fuck yourself, everybody. All right, on to the next thing. Yeah. Yeah. Because he hit a useless home run that had no impact on the game as opposed to a clutch hit that drove in the winning runs. Yeah, he should have got MVP. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Yankee haters, here we go.
There you go. Are they Yankee haters or are they White Sox
No,
bandwagon
there's no
haters?
such thing as White Sox fans. Next.
There's no such thing as White Sox fans. Because everybody in Chicago are Cubs fans, right?
Well, pretty much.
Well, I wasn't saying that sarcastically.
Or they're fans of a team from out of state.
Or they go north. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't stand the Cubs for whatever reason, you go, it's the White Sox or anyone else. I'll take the field. Yeah. So.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what, with Vargas though, he was struck out at I think the at bat before, and there was a little bit of a be careful what you do there, buddy. And then his next trip up, he did smoke one. So we couldn't have a baseball game without a home run. That would have been great if it was 1-0 and there was one hit in the game and it was a single
And it was a manufactured run, like they
Right.
actually bunted
Right.
somebody across, and then
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, like a
actually
walk,
wish-
a bunt,
I mean,
and then
I'm
a single.
Happy for
Single.
Vargas, but I wish it was like, all 2 hit by pitches and a seeing eye single.
That would be great.
People don't use the hit by pitch enough. I think if I played baseball today, I would just be like Don Baylor times 10. I would just lean in I would get on my batting average would be like 160, but my on base percentage would be like 628. I would, and the minute I hit first base, I'd be pinch run for. So I would manufacture a lot
very
of runs, but I
singular
would never
purpose.
never get to second base.
You're 6 RBIs on the year. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'd get hit with the bases loaded too, without a doubt. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so I was gonna say I should say runs scored. 6 runs
Yeah,
scored over the course of the year.
Yeah.
On base 60+% of the time.
Yeah. 623 on base percentage.
That would be a stat that they would talk
Austin
about.
Wells batting average. Yeah. Great.
Those would be stats they would talk. Well, he stayed in the game after getting on base,
Right.
18% of the time, made it to second base 4% of the time, made it to third base 2% of the time.
Yeah.
And scored 6 runs over the course of 182,
Exactly. And
162.
he can get hit by pitch equally from a righty or a lefty. It's just
he's switch get beaned. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Anything else we want to say about baseball?
Yeah, I got a couple of things really quick.
All right.
Just put these numbers up. All right. Talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. I'm just getting one number here.
All right. So, looking forward to that second half of the season, huh? I think the Mets are going to get it going.
I doubt it.
I'll tell you who's getting it going, and frightening is the Red Sox.
Yeah.
They are hot. The demise of the Tampa Bay Rays, it was greatly overrated. And by the way, the Seattle Mariners, that team that almost made it to the World Series last year, they're getting hot too. So
but do you think the Rays are just like in a little bit of a slump right now, and they're better, or were they riding the wave and they have now crashed for good?
They're still 3 or 4 games up in the American League East, and I think have the 3rd best record in baseball. So 4th best record. I forget what we were saying about. I think we were talking about Boston as at least being competitive this year at the beginning of the season.
We did say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Boston was
pretty much
horrible,
the whole
and then
division would
they
sort of be in the hunt.
Yeah. And that might actually hold true with the exception of the Orioles and the Orioles, really. That's about it.
The Orioles. Well, we were saying. I think we were saying
Toronto's not looking good, but
no, they're not.
Yeah, we still might get a couple of wild cards, as well as a division winner going to the playoffs out of the AL East. So
this is what I want to bring up really quick. All right. So the Mets, just irony, basically. So the Mets did not want to give Pete Alonso $30 million a year. So
they gave Juan Soto
hold on.
the entire town.
Hold on. The Mets did not want to give Pete Alonso $30 million a year. So they let him walk. And their pivot was Kyle Tucker, who obviously went to the Dodgers. But they were going to give him $55 million a year. Okay, in place of Pete Alonso. Okay. So they were going to give Kyle Tucker $25 million more a year than they didn't want to give Pete Alonso. All right. Right now, and I know The Dodgers are doing well, as they always do, with Kyle Tucker out there, and the Orioles are not so much like 5 or whatever games under 500. But right now, Pete Alonso is hitting 21 home runs and has driven in 65 runs. All right. Kyle Tucker has driven in 47 runs, and he's only hitting 7 home runs.
Yeah, but home runs, who gives a shit? What's his batting average and what's his, on
Oh,
base
and he's a much
else?
better defensive first baseman than Pete Alonso.
Well, he's not. He's even playing first base.
He's not a
I
first
know,
baseman.
I know, I know. I'm being sarcastic.
I know. So my point is, once again, my point is David Stearns royally fucked this team up.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I had to say about that. That's my weekly rant, and it was just a small one. Just one. That's it.
Well,
I'm good. Move on.
Let's enjoy our Mets misery while it lasts, which will be another
for a
few
while.
decades, perhaps.
Yeah, apparently.
Now, Kyle Tucker's coming to play the Yankees. So now that John's called him out, he'll probably have 4 home runs in the series this weekend at the Yankee
Oh, yeah,
Stadium.
he'll be
No, he's not gonna
eager
do that
to show
against the
New-
Yankees.
12.
eager to show
like-
New York. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to do that against the Yankees, though. He'll do that whenever the Dodgers play the Mets next. So.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty much it for us New York baseball fans.
Yeah, that's
Not
about
a
it.
lot to be happy about, so
Right.
we will move on.
Do you want it? Are you sure? Well, here it is. The question of the day.
Thank you very much.
Question of the day.
Yeah. It is the question of the day. All right. The question of the day today is this. I just pull this up. It's a graphic for myself, not for you.
The question of tomorrow.
Of these, you don't have to write them down. This is not like we used to do. If you can remember, remember them.
I never write them down anyway.
If you can remember them, remember them. If you can't, then write them down. It's your call. I don't care either way. So, but here it is. Ready?
Feeling
Here's
pressure.
this question today. Which of these 4 college trios? And now, when I say trios, I don't mean they played together in college. They just went to the same college. That's the trio, right? So
I thought you were going somewhere else.
no.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I was dreaming up my dream college trios.
Yeah.
I think
which
the
of
word
these-
you're looking for, sir, is thruple.
Yes. Or polywag, or what did they call it now?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know.
A polycule.
Polycule.
Polycule?
Polycule.
Polyrhythmic.
So these were 3 people that all went to the same college, not
3
necessarily
people,
at
3
the same,
sports.
at the same time.
Right, 3 sports figures that went to the same college, not necessarily at the same time, the same college. Okay,
Mhm.
which of these 4? Which of them? Which of these 4? I'm going to give you 4 groups of 3. Which of these would you pick as the best one, as the best trio, if you will?
We got it.
Earl Campbell, Kevin Durant, and Roger Clemens. They all went to Texas. All right. Troy Aikman, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Jackie Robinson. They all went to UCLA. And Tom Brady, Chris Webber, and Barry Larkin all went to Michigan. And then we have Lawrence Taylor, Michael Jordan. All right. But we have Mr. Miller. from
James
the,
Worthy.
Which we call it?
Which
Andy
Miller?
Andy Miller and Alex Miller, Alan Miller, Andy Miller, the pitcher for the Yankees for 2 years.
I mean, you could have. I mean, didn't James Worthy go to North Carolina?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah, he
just.
did.
Miller's in there because
Oh, you need a baseball player?
no, you don't need a baseball player, but if you put somebody really good in there, that's the answer. Because
No.
you
I already
Lawrence Taylor and
I
Michael
already
Jordan.
have the answer. It's really easy, and I'm going to change one of the people.
Okay.
I mean, it's Kareem and Jackie Robinson, and then the other UCLA guy, Troy Aikman's great. Okay, great. It's Cheryl Miller. There you go. Here's your answer. Nobody beats him.
My point being, if you have somebody at the same caliber as any of them in the third spot for North Carolina, that one wins because of Lawrence Taylor and
Michael
Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
So you have to
But-
put a wanker in there to sort of bring the bell curve, flatten it out a little
Level
bit.
it out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So,
But
Lawrence
Jackie
Taylor, Michael
a lot
Jordan,
of people would argue that Jackie
and-
Robinson was the best baseball player of all time, and I'm not sure Kareem is that far behind Michael Jordan in accomplishments.
fair enough. What about
But
Lou
yeah.
Alcindor?
I mean, and Jackie Robinson and Kareem, I think, did more culturally and for the equality of African American athletes than Michael Jordan or Lawrence Taylor ever did. In fact, Michael Jordan and Lawrence Taylor probably went to 6 classes combined. So hopefully Andy Miller got a degree because, yeah, I mean, look, I think what you do off the court is as important as what you do on the field or on the court. And yeah, I guess Lawrence Taylor and Michael Jordan certainly would make it easy, but I'm Jackie Robinson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, throw Cheryl Miller in there, and you have 3 people who changed each of their sports.
If you don't change Troy Aikman out for Cheryl Miller, do you still pick that with Troy Aikman in there?
Yeah, because it's irregardless or is that a word? Yeah. Troy Aikman,
Regardless.
Troy Aikman does nothing to help or hinder my decision.
Okay.
Like Troy Aikman was
He is the greatest systems quarterback ever.
he is the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Dallas Cowboys.
I thought Tom Brady was. What are you talking about?
Well, listen, for me, this is really a case of elimination,
All right.
as usual. Right?
The last one, by the way, whatever that one was just horrible.
I hate Clemens, of course, and
Okay.
I'm no fan of KD. Earl Campbell is amazing and wonderful, but those 2 guys suck, so they're out.
Okay.
Tom Brady, I'm not picking anything with Tom Brady unless it's who gets.
No offense to Chris Webber or Barry Larkin. You're not.
No, they're
And Chris
both great.
Webber is sort of a
Weber
great
is
guy,
yeah.
sort of just like
He is not quite in the same pantheon as KD, Kareem, and MJ. Let's put it that way. Much as I like him, and Barry Larkin's great, but I never pick anything with Brady. And LT and MJ and Eddie Scazzeri or whoever it is there in that third last list.
He just retired. Eddie Scazzeri just retired.
Good for him. He was great. Yeah, two great players, but not such great human beings. So yeah, I'll take my favorite second favorite Dallas quarterback, and Kareem and Jackie Robinson.
Your first one was Craig Morton?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah, right behind Dak is Troy.
Drew Bledsoe.
Tony Romo.
No, it's Drew Bledsoe.
No,
Like I always tell
it's Dak,
people,
Troy,
Tony
Roger.
Tony Romo is the George Bush of quarterbacks because everybody hated him, and then we saw what came after, and they were like,
And you're like,
George Bush is all right.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad after all.
Tony Romo was all right.
All right, pretty good.
All right.
Pretty
There
good.
you go.
All right, let's move on. I got to find the right button to push.
So Harry's got like this Max Headroom thing going on.
I always do.
Are you skipping a little bit? Yeah.
I have to
Oh
get
well,
to the
I here's some news while I look at it. I just got we switched from Cablevision / Altus
To Max Headroom. To Max
to
Headroom.
FiOS now. So so now we're on fiber, but so it should be better, but could be the connection here. Not really sure.
No, you and I haven't skipped it all, but every now and then there's Harry in a different position just for a frame, and then he's back. So it's like definitely like a Max Headroom thing going on.
No, as long as he doesn't.
So I've only seen it 3 times in the 35 minutes we've been on so far. But
It
Well, he
adds to the
doesn't-
professionalism of this, whatever it is that we call this thing.
As
That
long as he doesn't disappear,
I
that's,
do.
there you go.
that's yeah.
And
All right,
everybody's
so
thinking-
let's move on. We'll do a little bit of over under.
Well, I've got no chance of losing this time.
All right, over under. We're going to talk a little bit of soccer after this as well. So we're going to start talking a little bit of soccer now because the World Cup final has been settled. Spain and Argentina. So gonna make this real quick. Over under total goals scored in the final game. And I am going to include overtime and if it ends up being a shootout. So most of the time when
But the shootout only counts as one. Whoever wins.
shootout wins gets one, but a lot of times like Vegas will set the over under and it'll only be for the regulation play.
I agree.
And then anything else will be separate betting. I'm going to add everything in. So regulation, 2 15 or 30-minute overtimes or whatever the hell it is, and then the shootout. And I'm going to set the over under at 3.5.
I will go under.
I'm going under too. I wouldn't want to break the spell of the scintillating
1-0 game.
You know.
Well, I'll say this. I think
Action.
Spain has given up like 1 or 2 goals in the entire tournament.
Yeah, not many. One, yeah, at least one or two.
Yeah, I think it was just 1. And
One.
Argentina has a, they've got offense more than they've got defense. I'm gonna go. It can't possibly be 4, even with.
They're going to do everything they can to tilt the scale towards Argentina.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Oh yeah, Argentina's gonna win, but yeah, I'll go over just to be contrarian. So
Argentina's not winning. Spain's winning.
no, Argentina's win. All right, well we'll do that, John.
If Argentina's winning, it's because there was 19 phony red cards.
or 0 red cards on them.
By the
Or
way, can we get some different red and green cards? I mean, there's some flair on there. And also, I think the ref should have tarot cards. But when it's not a red or green card,
plaid cards.
And they should give out green cards too, just to especially in the Iran Morocco.
What about like purple bows?
Yeah, I think they should have tarot cards. I really do.
How about they use the death card when somebody gets kicked off?
Yeah, whatever.
They use
Greeting cards. Yeah.
They're
so
missing an
sorry I missed
opportunity.
you. What do you mean? Get out. You're banned.
Yeah.
Harry, you want to pick a winner?
Pick a card, any card. That should also be it. So, like, I'm not sure if it should be a yellow or red card, but pick any cards.
Two guys in the fell. They each pick a card. Whoever has the lower
That's right.
card, you get to stay.
right.
You're out.
You got to answer a question. You got to listen to John's. 4 got to stay, 3 got to go. Top. There's nothing that they have in common except they once ate at a diner in this town.
I've got 4 groups of 5. You don't have to write them down.
And sat next to at least 2 of us.
You have to write them down. The way he says it too, it's always like, you don't have to write them down. But I
highly recommend doing that.
Yeah.
Because it would just makes the segment so much longer in argument that I really think you should write it down. And you should do it in cursive.
You should do it in Mandarin Chinese.
Who's gonna win? I hope it's Spain, but I think Argentina will probably win.
Spain's winning.
All right. So there we go. Over, over, Spain, Argentina. There we go. And that is it for over under. And
by the way,
much...
I've been watching the games, but most of the time I'm out somewhere and the sound's on. Who are the guys that in the black suits that look like they're like 90 years old? They're all wearing the same suit, black suit, white shirt, black tie. Is that like the Supreme Court of?
So Waldorf and who's the other one?
Yeah, Stadler.
Statler.
There's more of them though. It's Waldorf, Statler. Lindsey Graham and
maybe
Mitch
they're
McConnell.
maybe they're FIFA officials. I don't know.
I mean, there's a great opportunity there to do a meme where Mitch McConnell is sitting with them. But anyway, why do they keep showing them? Why do we care? I don't understand this. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just wish. I think I said this before. Like I wish when they would show these former players that are in the stands watching, from the various country, and put their names up underneath.
Well, they do. Now they have placards where they're sitting today.
Oh, do they?
Name
Okay.
tags. And they were showing who's the guy, the underwear model guy, popular soccer player.
Yeah, Beckham.
They showed Beckham. His wife's sitting right next to him, and they cut her off. I'm like, come on, what are you doing?
This is soccer.
That's a Spice.
He's
Girl,
nobody.
dude. That's
He's
a fucking
nobody.
Spice Girl. Give some
He's
respect.
only a Spice Girl.
I could give 2 shits about David Beckham. By the way, David Beckham looks like he could go back out there and play right now.
Yeah, he took a lot of grief, especially here in this country, for being a pretty boy and, being more, people accused him of being more interested in fame and cashing in and blah, blah. Guy's a fucking great player. Fucking great player and a great ambassador for the game. One of the best. One of the best.
Everybody would love to be pretty. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, none of us on this show know what that's like, but, hey.
Well, listen, it's what kept me from marrying Victoria. Whatever her actual last name is. It wasn't for that Beckham guy and my looks and my financial stature and everything else I have going against me. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
You too. You
Another
could have
place,
married.
another time.
You could have married. You could have married Skanky Spice.
I could have married. Who was the Emma Bunting? Which one was she?
I don't
Dumpy
know.
Spice or whatever her name was.
I liked Baby Spice. We should do a whole.
Maybe
show
that
on
was
your
her,
favorite
Baby
Girls.
Spice.
There was Angry Spice, Bitchy Spice, and Cranky Spice. I like them
Like,
too.
didn't Betty White do a skit with them, and she was
I
Old
hope so.
Spice. She was
Yeah.
Old Spice.
That sounds about right. That's good stuff.
I like
All
Baby
right.
Spice, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that was her.
hmm
I think I could have got with Baby Spice.
Baby Spice, maybe. What about
We could
cinnamon-
set that up.
cinnamon
That'd be-
Spice,
I'm sure she's still.
apple
available.
spice.
Tell me.
All right.
Tell us what you want. What you really, really want, Pete.
Well, I want to.
Here was their biggest hit, though. It was, "If you're gonna be my lover, you got to get with my friends."
I'm fully on board with that. Fully on
All
board with
right.
that program.
I mean, okay.
yeah.
If you say so.
Do you say so?
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Even the Angry Spice. even get with Angry Spice.
Why not?
Sporty.
Absolutely.
There was a Spice Girl for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
know who Sporty Spice was for.
Spice Girl for pretty boys. There was a Spice Girl for angry men. There's a Spice Girl for submissives.
I mean, they really need to do a new Spice Girls, and
Well,
just make it
I
for
think they
today's
need to.
cultural acceptance, and it would be the most interesting group of people ever
Regular
assembled.
Spice and
The Spice Folks, you'd have to call it. Is folks still okay? Can you say folks?
the,
Is that,
the Spiceites.
is that triggering, folks?
Folks.
The Spice People? People is okay, right?
Spice.
so.
Spicers.
The Spicers? No, that reminds me of Sean Spicer.
Spices.
Remember Sean Spicer?
Spices. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Let's move on. We'll do a little Are They For Real and review our soccer picks here.
What is real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Pretty sure none of that's real.
You're not real.
For real, for real, for real. Yeah.
What is real?
All right. On our last show, we were sort of coming out of the tail end of the round of 32. So it was a couple weeks
The
ago.
round of 79.
Yeah. And listen, there's only 4 days left. I think
Only
The
one
final-
game left.
Yeah,
Sunday?
The final.
It's Saturday or
finals,
Sunday?
Sunday.
Whatever. The 19th. Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
Sunday.
Yeah. Whatever.
Saturday.
It's on the weekend.
That's
So, and we were talking about
Saturday.
we were talking about the round of 16, and we were talking about who was going to. Well, I'll put the graphic up. So we were talking about 5 teams that were sort of on the rise. Were they going to move on? And then some teams that were sort of aging out, and were they going to get out of the knockout round? I believe it was. And there's our results. Harry Lugnuts, of course, who knows nothing about soccer, posting a near perfect record. So after that, we started talking about the round of 16, and I asked you about a few teams, and I said, who's going to get out of the round of 16? Who's going to make it to the Elite 8? And we looked at Morocco, France, England, and the USA. And there's the results. We all said Morocco would. They did. We all said France would. They did. We all said no, England would not. And they did. So we were all wrong about that. And then John, being a homer, said that, yeah, the U.S. is getting out of the round of 16. Harry and I said, no way. So final record here. I guess we could put we'll put the final game in just so I can make one more graphic for one more show. Harry still leads 11-2. Johnny 9-4. Yours truly 8-5. I like how the AI puts my hand on my chin, like, I suck at this. What's up with
You
that?
do look like Ryan Reynolds, though.
Yeah. Well, look, you're smiling. John is sort of neutral, and I'm pondering my existence as a sports figure. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, so because
I'm laughing because I
like you morons.
because I,
Well, it doesn't matter what happens from this point because Harry.
I am the World Cup prognosticating champion.
I said
absolutely.
Spain's winning. Harry said Argentina's winning. So even if Spain wins, I'm only at 10-4. Harry's at 11-3. So he's
Even if we throw the over under in, you guys both said under. So
we both said under. So,
okay, maybe. So anyway, that's our soccer update for Are They For Real?
There you go.
There we go. That's pretty much all we got for
I
that.
hope you enjoyed yourself, World, because it's been miserable.
it's been,
Well, I'm now here's what I do find interesting. I'll just say this: all the not just Lawless, whatever Alexi Lawless, shut him up, but people who are really good players for the U.S., like Winalda and some of the others, are coming out
Randy Chester.
and really criticizing the U.S. system, and now sort of saying kind of the quiet part out loud about how we do things and how we run the soccer and how we don't take the best players and push them forward. We let too many players go forward when we should be telling some of them, "You're not good enough, kid." And that's we're never going to be able to compete with the world as long as we let these players who have no chance at representing the U.S. kind of hang around.
We
competed, but then we got blown out by Belgium.
Well, look at it this way. And
We're never going to win this.
That's his point. That we're never going to win it as long as we don't change the system of how we build our teams. So
somebody said this, and it's true. You think about it. Every single one of these teams, right? Every single one of these teams has a very vastly smaller pool of players to draw from than the United States.
But they pick and choose and let people come to their country because they can play the sport. Look, they're not all born in the country that they're representing. And I think the United States would be smart to try to get. How did Italy get so far in the World Baseball Classic? They took anybody with a vowel at the end of their name that played in baseball that wasn't picked for the other teams, gave them massive amounts of espresso and put them on the field. And they did really well. The United States would be smart to find these, 1A players from all around the world and say, hey, come play for the U.S.
it could be.
It could be a thought.
Yeah. But listen, I think it was Eric Winalda who was saying in pretty much everywhere else, or any country where soccer is the sport, which is much of the rest of the world, players they cultivate players, these good players. They find the kids who really have talent, and when they're about 16. The kids who don't really have the talent, they discourage them from going on. They say, quite bluntly to them, according to him, you're not going to make it. Go do something else with your life. Don't try and become a professional soccer player. And
those are the kids that we need to bring over here.
Yeah. And he says that's why we're so far behind, because we let these kids play right up to the collegiate level instead of focusing on the really, really talented ones.
Well, here's my counterpoint.
Again, I don't know if I don't think we're a country that's going to ever do that. I don't think we have the wherewithal to do that. But he says that's why all their players are the very, very best, and they basically cut the others. They just say to them, "Stop! You're not going to make it. Go do something else."
So, how do you explain the success of our women's team? Because this is what we talk about the men's team. The women's team has been incredibly successful. It's not like there's more female soccer players in the U.S. than there is in France or England or Brazil or Argentina. In fact, there's probably more of a history there. I think we got to stop listening to a bunch of guys who have never done anything successfully on an international stage for advice. And we should go talk to the women's program and find out what they're doing, because they're doing it right.
Now, let me ask you a question. Counterpoint. Do you think, and this thought just occurred to me. I mean, do you think it has anything to do, I'm not saying it does. Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that there's 4 major sports in the United States?
Oh, of course.
3, right? That and most male athletes lean towards those sports as they're growing up. And,
of course they do.
Many of them do play soccer, but there's more than that. Like, and when it comes to women, other than the WNBA, there's some softball here and there.
There's a professional hockey league that now has 12
professional
teams,
hockey.
You know,
now,
right.
I'm saying, right? But globally, I mean, they want to play in organized, adult, professional, right, if you will, or semi.
You want to be the best. You want
Soccer
to play the best.
Was a thing for them to do, right?
Yeah, and also look, you don't have for male players here. You do have these other pro sports, which you're gonna make more money. You're that good an athlete, and you're gonna end up playing pro. You can make more money playing pretty much anything than more than soccer. So,
well, I don't know if that's necessarily true. Let's break it down too, because what's happening is that based on the ethnic breakdown of where people go, there's far less. Look, the vast majority of people go towards football and basketball. Okay, if you're Latin American, you're going to go towards soccer and baseball, and we all know that the Latin contingency is growing and growing and growing as far as participation and excellence in baseball, among other things. And we all know that the NFL and the NBA is predominantly African. Now the NBA has much more of a European crossover culture, but for the most part, based on who comes out of the United States, that's where they go. Because maybe that is the case, because maybe there's a better opportunity for success there. But success breeds interest. So the American women have a choice to go play softball or now professional, women's baseball or basketball, and there's more of a diversity there, and they're picking more equally between all of these sports. And I think it's because the soccer program for the U.S. women's soccer program, there has been a success there, and they're on an equal stage to the WNBA or the women's basketball team. And I would say from a national standpoint, they have the biggest presence since the Dream Team. If you think of American national sports, most Americans can name more female soccer players from the last 20 years than they can hockey players or fill in the blank. Certainly male soccer players.
They've had people can rattle off,
right? But they market them and they give them an opportunity to promote and to excel outside of the arena of soccer. And whatever they're doing, they've set them up to be very successful. There's a lot of people who have had successful careers post playing that have come out of that women's team. So I think that the leadership on the women's side has drawn the talent, and they've been able to fish out that talent better and to grow it. Now they're competing with women who are playing basketball. They're competing with women who are playing softball and other sports, right? Because there's other sports that women do that necessarily men don't do. Right. And so I think it has to. It's not so much that we don't have the talent, which I think is part of it. And I think it is part of the dissolution of people going to play other sports. But I think it's a leadership thing. Why would you want to do it when all roads lead to nowhere?
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but that's kind of what it is.
And for the female, that's on the men's side. But on the
men's
female
side.
On the women's side, why would you want to do anything else? Right. If you're an athlete, you want to head towards the most successful program, and that's the soccer.
The most successful American sports program, okay, in the last 30 years is women's soccer. Yeah. So why would you not start to learn what it is that they're doing?
Right. And that's one of the things that Ronaldo also said. He said it's not that we don't have the talent. It's just that we're not plucking them out and steering them that way. And yes, there's plenty of other sports and plenty of other places you can make money, even not at the professional level. So,
And
I
we
think
are
to
a
your
country
point,
of,
John.
we are a country of immigration and diversity. There are people moving in here from all over the world where this is in their blood and in their culture and in their family's history, and we should be embracing that. And we need better leadership. We need better leadership, and it starts in the youth programs and it moves its way all the way up through college and into the women's program.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree.
All right.
Real quick, Wimbledon just ended. Not going to get into it too much. Sinner over Medvedev. Interesting match to start. Medvedev coming off an injury. A very good player. People saw a lot of promise with him. He seems to be back now. Sinner number 1 seed, Medvedev number 2. Women's side, Linda Nostroka defeated Karolina Muchova. That's a number 9 seed over a number 10 seed.
Yeah.
So
The women kind of caved in. Look, on the
and
men's
a lot
side,
of them, look, a lot of the men went out early. Sorry
Right.
to interrupt you. A lot of
Or
men went
weren't
out
there.
early, and Alcaraz wasn't there to begin with.
They have a post.
that's the biggest. There's
But
two.
this
There's
was-
there's two people of relevance in
Never mind.
men's tennis, and one of them was out. And look, Djokovic is going to do what he's done. He's going to make it to the semifinals.
Yeah.
And
But
and
this
then
was a
lose
great
to either
opportunity
Sinner
for
or-
him. It was a great
was,
opportunity
but-
for him. But he couldn't,
But at
grab a hold of it.
39 years old or however old he is,
Yeah.
he's no match for Sinner. Sinner's a little unpredictable, but when he's on, he's number one for a reason.
Well, he lost the first set, and he looked
Oh, he
like he
always
was
does.
struggling. Yeah, but he figured it out and came back. So, John, you want to say anything about the mixed doubles team?
No, I'm good.
All right, I couldn't tell you their names, but I mean, for me, I was kind of enjoying the fact that it was a number 9 and a number 10.
Yeah, no,
It was nice not to see a number 1 or a number 2 against a number 8 or 9 or whatever. You know, again, depending. You know, you could say the seedings were well done or they were not well done, but assumedly they would be, you know, relatively evenly matched. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it was a weird tournament.
I mean, I would love nothing more than the Joker to get his 25th and then retire, but I just don't think it's going to happen. This was maybe his best and last chance.
Yeah, one of those big names is always going to be in his way. But you know, he could have one of those matches left. Could have one of those
But
matches
what he's doing at his age is LeBron-like, you know what I mean? And
Ridiculous.
it's just
Insane
unbelievable.
to be that good at that age. All right, we got time, I think,
All right.
to our newest and favorited this segment, I believe.
There you go.
It's the combination of the really bizarre AI graphic and the music that just is really funny. I mean, that's the best part of the show. We're
That's good.
done. I mean,
We're done. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to do this. The list. That's good.
it's because I always picture John as a character that got cut from Archer with this graphic. You know, he
Yeah.
was like the Bolivian butler or something. You know,
Or he was like the
he's like Pam's
to
dad.
me, he looks like a hitman who failed on his last 3 jobs, and the boss was like, "I just can't hire you anymore, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry."
Exactly.
You're done. You're done.
Yeah,
Put you out to pasture.
he's wearing a bow tie and a suit jacket, but he's got like Bermuda shorts on the bottom.
And flip flops.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what gave him away at the last job.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah,
That
here we
sounds
go.
like Johnny's coming.
The flip flop bandit.
Exactly.
All right, what's
All
our
right.
what's our 5?
All right, tonight's Johnny's 5 is top 5 pop rock guitarists. Okay.
Okay.
Now, not rock guitarists, not just rock guitarists. I mean, these guys could obviously be
Ed
rock
Sheeran. So
guitarists.
Ed Sheeran's number one.
Ed Sheeran's number 1. That's done. List is done right now.
Taylor Swift is number 2.
Of course. Now, so pop rock guitar. So, you know, obviously they're rock musicians, but their music leaned towards pop more than anything else, or they were on the pop charts more than anything else. There you go.
Mhm.
All right.
So there you go. So and this is my list. Obviously, all lists are subjective. You may agree or disagree with all of these. There you go. My number 5 is Prince.
Well, yeah, maybe just
N-
overall one of the
number
top
5?
guitarists of all time.
Is
Number
Prince?
5. Well, yeah.
I am interested to see who's on this list.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Prince. Well, here's the thing. There's and I was
4 is Eddie Van
number
Halen.
5 and number 4. I went back and forth. Prince was actually
John's gonna dig out something weird like Skunk Baxter or something's gonna be on this list.
He was 6. He just
Steve
He's gonna
Lukather.
find, he's gonna find a way, to qualify Joe Bonamassa as a pop rock
John
guitarist.
Denver is gonna be on.
Are we done? So
We're just getting started.
Prince is my number 5. I went back and forth with number 4, but because number 4 he's written a lot more things.
Robert Fripp.
I can't say a lot more, as much, if not a little bit more than Prince has. So there you go. But
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa, exactly. Number 4, Frank Zappa. No, Nile Rodgers, actually. Nile Rodgers.
Well, Nile Rodgers should be number 1. But yeah.
Nile Rodgers is number 4. No, but my number 3, my number 2, my number 1 are going to be, like, in a lot of people's mind, rock guitarists.
All right.
But think about what they did. That's why they're my 3, 2, and 1. So
I mean, Nile Rodgers is one of my favorite guitarists. Period.
Prince is number 5. Nile Rodgers number 4. Brian May's number 3.
Okay.
All right. Neil Schon is number 2.
Oh God.
Man. I mean, interesting.
He's my number 2.
Yeah.
And my number 1, Harry just pulled it out of his ass before and just ruined my number 1.
Robert Fripp.
No,
Steve Lukather.
Steve Lukather.
Let me give you guys a little background. John was in the 80s when John was a wee lad. Any band that had blaring, annoying keyboards, he loved. So John's love of Journey and Toto was second to none. So that's shifted his perspective a little bit. Anybody who played a Korg keyboard,
and guess who I'm going to see on Saturday night?
I have no idea.
Toto.
Yeah. Well, Toto. I mean, look, I think Toto's had a resurgence, and this whole yacht rock thing is good. And Steve Lukather is, without a doubt, a great musician and a great producer, and I agree with you as far as pop guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was basically the main songwriter on Thriller.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote the riff. We all know Eddie Van Halen did the solo for Beat It, but that's all Steve Lukather. I don't have a problem with any of
the whole album. The whole album is pretty much Toto with Michael Jackson singing lead.
Other than I would have Nile Rodgers number 1, because if you really look at what Nile Rodgers has done and contributed guitar to, from Chic to not Donna Summer, Diana Ross,
yeah.
to David Bowie, to Daft Punk, to Duran Duran. He is unbelievable at taking those partial chords that he does and creating absolutely just miraculous songs. And so I think that while Journey had some good songs, and Queen certainly did, from a pure just pop, like in the pop charts for now 4 or 5 decades, I think Nile Rodgers probably had a longer impact on multiple people, much like Steve Lukather. So I put them up top. And I would probably put Prince up in that top 3 too, because he also wrote other songs that people,
he wrote some big hits for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, as far as if you break it into like who was the best guitar player of this kind of group, it's Prince.
Yeah.
As far as
definitely the best guitar player, but for pop, for writing pop songs that are based around the guitar,
mm-hmm.
I think Nile Rodgers is second to none.
Yeah.
I think Prince, because Prince fans, they'll get mad at me. Prince is amazing, and he's a really talented guitarist, maybe the most talented guitarist on this list.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But in the context of pop music, it's not how you solo or how amazing you are. To me, it's what kind of songwriting are you contributing to, where we still know it's a guitar and you have a signature sound.
Mm-hmm.
And Prince is up there, but I think Nile Rodgers has played on more hits.
All five of these guys have a signature sound. I can listen to something that I don't know who wrote it. I can listen to it and no, it's Prince. It's Nile Rodgers. It's Brian May.
But Brian May and Neil Schon more are known for their bands. Like Neil Schon is Journey, Brian May is Queen. Yeah, they've sprinkled around with other things, but they haven't contributed to the larger pop music scene in 25 years, where I think Nile Rodgers has.
Yeah, fair enough. So I'm taking it from I was just going to say really quick, Harry, from what I'm hearing from you with these specific five, not that you're using these five, but if you were to use these five, your list would be Brian May in 5-1. Brian May, Neil Schon, Prince.
Flip those.
Prince, Neil Schon, Brian May, Steve Lukather, Prince, Nile Rodgers.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I was just thinking about when you said Neil Schon, I said, no, he's not a pop. I never really thought of Journey as a pop rock kind of band.
They're not. I mean, there was. I mean, look, Queen was a rock band. Journey was a rock band. Toto was a rock band. No, they were pop bands. They were pop rock bands. They were adult oriented.
I wouldn't call Queen a pop rock
AOR. Band. They were. I mean, Queen was the most rock of the three of them, right? But it's still they were pop hits. They were the airplay they got. I mean, what they did in the beginning with most everything they did, they got more airplay on top 40 radio than any other rock band, just pure rock band did.
Yeah, but I think if you were a rock fan,
I'm not saying that any of these guys can't be on the rock list too.
No, but I'm saying if you're a rock fan, you're kind of I won't speak for any other rock fan. I'm more dismissive of a band like Journey or more accepting of Queen, as Queen is a rock
Queen
and roll
rocks
band.
more than Journey.
Of course. Right.
Journey was
I think if you were to ask 100 people, I think that all 100 of those people that asked that know music would have Nile Rodgers and Steve Lukather on that list. I think Prince would be on 97 of those.
If they even knew who Lukather was.
Well, I'm saying people who know music.
Right.
The only other two people that I would put on that list who I think of as really amazing guitarists, Tommy Tedesco, who was the guitarist for the Wrecking Crew, who played on so many hits. He was the Carol Kay of guitar. Mm-hmm. And I would probably ahead of Brian May or Neil Schon just because of pop. I think this guy leans a little more pop than hard rock, and that's Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah, Lindsey Buckingham was in the mix in the running with the
But it's a good list. But I mean, Lukather is kind of a if you know kind of person, and even Nile Rodgers,
Steve Lukather. I mean, there's music fans out there that maybe not diehard, like they don't know the intricacies and the ins and outs of music business or whatever, but they'll know these names.
Yes,
but they're not going to know. Like they'll know, okay, Brian May did all those Queen songs, and Neil Schon, okay, yeah, Journey, blah 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 blah. They may know Nile Rodgers, they may not know about Nile Rodgers. They're certainly going to know Prince. But they're not going to know everything they did. Yeah.
Right. If Rick Beato did a list, I think it would be very close to what you have there. But I think he'd have the three that we talked about. I think he would have Tommy Tedesco on there and I think that he may have another wild card that we don't know about. The Brian May, I think you could put him on there because let's face it, there was a lot of pop in what Queen did. Yeah. And Queen had more. I think a longer and Journey had some great songs. Don't get me wrong, and Neil Schon's written some great riffs, but I would definitely put Lindsey Buckingham ahead of Neil Schon.
Yeah, I could agree with that substitution.
And there's probably somebody else that I'm not thinking of. I'm trying not to pick people who are. And look, Buckingham obviously.
You know what?
The other person I might put on that list, and I know it sounds weird, and it's probably a 2-person thing, is Tom Petty. I mean, think about how many Tom Petty songs are on the radio right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know his lead guitarist was a big part of that, whose name is escaping me, and I can't believe it. But anyway, Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell. Amazing.
Campbell,
You know,
Abdul.
he used to break the guitar after each show between his thighs. Fantastic.
You
He
know
had to
who
play
I,
a flying V so he could stick it, you know.
you know who I might consider for the list? Although, you know, their music was very not traditional pop, it was more electronic, is Elliot Easton.
The Cars. I was
From the
gonna
Cars.
say the
Yeah.
Cars. The combination of Elliot East. See, the thing with the Cars though is that a lot of Rick Ocasek wrote almost all of it, even though he shared the vocals with
Benjamin Orr, yeah.
Benjamin Orr, who's just an amazing musician as well. But yeah, I think if you go into the 80s, there's more people that get lumped in maybe with new wave and things like that, but there's a lot, like I think of people like Elvis Costello. I think of later on in the 80s, REM, although not that late. There was, they sort of brought the guitar back, and it was definitely in an indie pop kind of sense.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I know they're pop punk, but there's no bigger pop punk band than Green Day, and Billy Joe Armstrong certainly has his guitar hooks in the atmosphere.
yeah.
But yeah, I think your list is good.
Mhm.
Plus you couldn't do a list like that without having somebody from Journey on the list. At least you didn't pick Richie Sambora.
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's
All
pretty
right.
good. That's
Very
pretty
good.
good.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
Johnny
think
said.
I'm not an anti-Journey, but I think they got so much hype. I have a tendency when something or somebody gets so much hype that I just kind of like, I don't want to be in that crowd. I'll like them, but I won't love them. It's just a stupid, anti-establishment or anti-bandwagon kind of knee-jerk reaction I have to stuff.
I also think we're missing some obvious ones. Like I'm not sure how you don't put John Lennon on that list. I'm not sure how you don't put Paul Weller from the Jam on that list. The guys from the Buzzcocks. There's a lot of pop.
It's also nuanced though, right? You can almost break it down a decade. You can break it down to, but I try to go with it. Yeah, maybe Brian May and Neil Sean were wild cards in there. For me, I put them in there. That was for me, right? But the Steve Lukather's, the Nile Rodgers, and the Princes, their production, their songwriting, what they did for other musicians, everything they've done, that's solidified them on this list. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's why that's why you have them 3-2-1, right? But
I think all of those people that were on there, they would. I mean, I'm sure they would have, the Beatles on there, and
of course,
of course. There's a difference.
I could make it the top 40 list.
There's a difference between like a pure guitarist list.
Right.
And then I think what you were sort of going for, which is great guitar players who also influence, those
I'm thinking of guitar
similar
players
but different lists.
Right. Yeah. So like somebody like Paul Weller, no one's ever gonna, no, he's not gonna say, oh, that solo was amazing, because he was a guitarist who wrote concise songs that influenced pop and punk. Same thing with Peter Buck from REM. They're not gonna get the, Brian May praise from the shredders of the world. But they're certainly up there. And I think almost I think Sly from Sly and the Family Stone has to be on that list. And I think not including the trio of Beatles, because I'd put Paul on there too. Paul, John, and George.
Ringo. Oh, George.
Well, Ringo, I mean, his picking on Octopus's Garden is just unbelievable. No, I mean, but it's a good list.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. There we go.
All right. We got anything else? Anybody want to talk about?
I think we're good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dead time of the year clearly makes for better shows.
There you go.
And we're
Yes,
even
it does.
talking a little bit of tennis and then some World Cup here, and we're still getting out in less than
We're still getting out in less than an hour 20.
so that's good.
All right. Our next show, I'm sure, will be having a lot of football in it.
Football? Why?
Well, training camps will start in the Hall of Fame games coming up, and
I'll see you guys in
preseason.
October. I'm
Yeah.
going to pull a Michael Wilbon and be
It's
off
not
for
going to
the
be
month of
only
August.
football, and then I'm sure it will have some.
John,
people.
yeah, it's going to be football and Neil Sean.
Harry's going on
It's gonna be
sabbatical.
Football training camps.
No,
and Neil Sean.
It's going to be plays from the Giants in the '80s with Neil Sean solos to them. You're gonna,
But not pop solo. Go back to
Not pop. Santana when it was in
yeah, the
Santana.
Santana days. Yeah, we're gonna explore the career of Neil Schon in the Santana band as we watch LT break Joe Theismann's leg.
I will take over Johnny's 5 next time and do the top 5 pop bass players of all time.
There you go.
We need that. Yeah, make a list. Send it to me. I'll make a graphic.
There you go. All right.
All right. So until then, 2 weeks. That's the 29th.
29th. Sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
Cheers.